There's a lot of work. A lot more work than anybody knew.
Nobody knows this stuff better than me.
Nobody knows more about taxes than I do, and income than I do.
Nobody knows more about construction than I do.
Nobody knows more about campaign finance than I do.
Nobody knows consultants better than me.
I know more about drones than anybody. Nobody knows much more about technology, this type of technology, certainly, than I do.
Nobody knows more about technology than me.
I know more about technology than anybody. Nobody in the history of this country has ever known so much about infrastructure as Donald Trump. I know the H-1B. I know the H-2B. Nobody knows it better than me.
I know more about ISIS than the generals do, believe me.
Nobody understands the press, but I think I understand them as well as anybody.
I mean, I know these people much better than you do.
I understand things. I comprehend very well, okay? Better than, I think, almost anybody.
And by the way, who knew the other side of the picture better than me? I knew it.
Nobody knows more about environmental impact statements than me. And I think I know more about the environment than most people.
I know a lot about wind. I know a lot about wind.
You know, I know windmills very much. I've studied it better than anybody. I understand the power of Facebook, maybe better than almost anybody. I know more about renewables than any human being on Earth. Nobody knows more about polls than me.
I know more about courts than any human being on earth.
I understand healthcare now, especially very well. A lot of people don't understand it. I know the angles. I know every angle.
I know more about steelworkers than anybody that's ever run for office.
I know more about golf than Obama knows.
And, you know, in the case of Turkey and the Kurds, I could go into a whole story because I understand it, I think, better than most.
And I know all about it. I've known about it for a long time. I know the subject better than anybody.
I know. This guy talks about, oh, I know Scranton. I know that. Well, I know the places better.
Nobody knows more about banks than I do.
Nobody knows more about trade than me.
Well, obviously, he doesn't know about nuclear weapons. I know more about nuclear weapons than he'll ever know.
You know Russians better than I do, Kevin, okay? I understand the tax laws better than almost anyone.
Who knows more about lawsuits than I do? I'm the king.
I know more about offense and defense than they will ever understand.
And nobody even understands it but me. It's called devaluation.
I understand money better than anybody.
I understand the system better than anybody. Nobody knows more about debt than I do.
Nobody knows the game better than me.
I know more about contributions than anybody.
Even the smart guys on Wall Street, and I know all of them, and they are smart.
And who knows more about the word apprentice than Donald Trump?
I understand politicians better than anybody.
Nobody knows politicians better than me.
Who knows the other side better than me? Who knows the other side better than me?
I think I know more about the other side than almost anybody.
And I understand the other side. Perhaps I understand it better than anybody else.
I was the fair-haired boy. Nobody knows more about it than me.
I know more than these politicians. These guys don't know anything.
I know a lot. I know more than I'm ever going to tell you.
The truth is, I'm actually a modest person. Very modest. It's true.
Okay.
Do you like the book being on the desk or not? Or would you rather have it not be?
Have it there just in case it goes down.
Maybe it looks better. It gives you something up here, right? Does it matter? Pull that jacket down behind me, will you? It's clear. Okay. You make sure.
Yeah, right.
A what? Wow. Uh-oh. I got a pen mark. Anybody have any white? Do you have any white stuff?
Yeah, I don't know if that's gonna. It's much better. You just close it. I think it looks okay if it's closed. You can't see it.
Where is it?
30 minutes. Mr. President, we're ready for a mic check, please.
Do you see it?
You don't see it.
Which side is it on here?
It's on the right side.
It's fine.
Ready for mic check? Yeah. Control's ready. Mr. President, can you count to 10, please?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, let me see how the look is.
We're clear.
Okay. Okay.
supposing we hit the body with a tremendous, whether it's ultraviolet or just very powerful light. And I think you said that hasn't been checked, but you're going to test it. And then I said, supposing you brought the light inside the body, which you can do either through the skin or in some other way. And I think you said you're going to test that too. Sounds interesting. Right, and then I see the disinfectant where it knocks it out in a minute, 1 minute. And is there a way we can do something like that by injection inside or almost a cleaning? Because you see it gets on the lungs and it does a tremendous number of the lungs. So it'd be interesting to check that. So that you're going to have to use medical doctors with. But it sounds interesting to me. And then I see the disinfectant where it knocks it out in a minute, 1 minute. And is there a way we can do something like that by injection inside or almost a cleaning? Because you see it gets on the lungs and it does a tremendous number of the lungs. So it'd be interesting to check that. So that you're going to have to use medical doctors with. But it sounds interesting to me.
I say it. What do you have to lose? I'll say it again. What do you have to lose? Take it. I really think they should take it. But it's their choice. And it's their doctor's choice or the doctors in the hospital. But hydroxychloroquine. Try it. If you'd like.
So Obama's always talking about the global warming. That global warming is our biggest and most dangerous problem, okay? Think of it. So Obama's talking about all of this with the global warming and that. A lot of it's a hoax. It's a hoax. I mean, it's a money-making industry, okay? It's a hoax. A lot of it.
If you have a windmill anywhere near your house, congratulations. Your house just went down 75% in value. And they say the noise causes cancer. You told me that one, okay? You know, the thing makes it so...
Because I have a very good brain and I've said a lot of things.
You got a good one now, even though they're trying to impeach the son of a bitch. Can you believe that? Anybody would like to come with me to the Oval Office? We'll take pictures in the Oval. It's a special place. There's no place like the Oval. They come from all over the world. They have their own big offices and everything. They go into the Oval and they say there's no place like this. So, Coach, if you'd like, we can take whoever wants to come to the Oval Office. We'll take pictures behind the Resolute desk. It's been there a long time, a lot of presidents. Some good, some not so good. But you got a good one now, even though they're trying to impeach the son of a... Can you believe that? You believe that? Got the greatest economy we've ever had, Joe. We got the greatest military. We rebuilt it. We took out those terrorists like your football team would have taken out those terrorists, right? But we're doing good. So we're going to go to the Oval Office with some of the players and all of the players, I guess. And again, I want to just congratulate the team. I want to congratulate your great representatives, all of you. You've been fantastic all season long before they went on this big streak. And it's an honor to have everybody at the White House. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. He's going to be so rich. Looks sort of like a young Tom Brady. Does that make sense to you? That's young. We call him young Tom Brady.
What are you trying to do, man? What the are you doing?
God.
You little
I'm sorry, I didn't see you.
What the
I'm so
I'm
sorry,
gonna rip you out of
I didn't
that car. You little
I'm sorry, I didn't see you.
Just be more careful next time, okay?
Will do, okay.
We on for golf on Saturday?
Yeah, Arnie Norton asked if he could play.
I'm not playing with him. He's a Trump supporter. Never play with a Trump supporter.
Really?
See him around town with that hat. Make America great again. I don't need that crap. He makes me want not be anywhere near him. I don't know. You can check with Carl, see if he wants to play.
I gotta go.
This is a little bit of a political question, but obviously a big part of this show is the MAGA hat.
For the first show, yeah.
Right. There are people that wear the MAGA hat and like what the MAGA hat represents. Are you afraid about alienating them? They could be fans of the show.
Alienate yourselves. Yeah. Go and alienate. You have my blessing. No, I could give a
It's a great people repellent.
In the White House, the mighty White House, the liar tweets tonight. In the West Wing, the self-obsessed wing, the liar tweets tonight. He says, hush you doctors, hush reporters, hush you science nerds. Look, my ratings are through the roof when I just say happy words. Everyone can get a test. It's just the flu. It's a hoax like all the rest. A left-wing coup. We've got lots of PPE. The cupboard's bare. It's Obama's fault, you see. The buck stops there. In the country, the quiet country, no nurses sleep tonight. But in the White House, the full of shite house, the liar tweets tonight.
Nobody's ever heard of testing in the kind of quantities that you're talking about. He knows something that you don't know. And I think I know, but you don't know. Nobody knew that healthcare could be so complicated. Nobody ever heard of Osama bin Laden until really the World Trade Center. Nobody ever heard of the word trillion until 10 years ago. Nobody ever heard of the word emolument before. Emoluments! You know, executive orders sort of came about more recently. Nobody ever heard of an executive order. Nobody knew that Afghanistan has tremendous minerals. Nobody told me that. Nobody knows that. I said, well, how many people die a year from the flu?
A number that nobody heard of, that I heard of recently, and I was shocked to hear 35,000 people.
What I'm saying, wow, nobody knew that information.
A fiancé visa, which most people have never even heard of.
This has been a Category 5, which few people have ever even heard of. It was at 14 or 12, and at that time nobody had ever even heard of Ebola.
You have caravans. Nobody ever heard of a caravan.
And human trafficking is a disaster. Nobody knew too much about it until recently.
Most people don't even know this, and I've really become somewhat of an expert on it, I will tell you. Most people don't even know he was a Republican, right? Does anyone know? A lot of people don't know that.
Things were discussed and learned honestly. The media didn't know. Nobody knew. They've never heard this before, and we learned a lot.
Think of it, 151 countries. Somebody said to me today that wasn't in this particular world, they didn't know that we had that many countries. A friend of mine said, very sophisticated friend said, I never knew you had 184 countries. We actually have more than that. Some countries you never even heard of, we'll call it. I said, what's that country all about? We learned a lot. We're learning a lot. We've come up with things that nobody had ever heard of, and we did it during this pandemic, slowing the spread, an expression that more and more people are thinking about. Nobody ever heard of it 2 months ago. Nobody ever heard of a thing like this. Distancing, social distancing, what does that mean? Washing your hands every 15 minutes, what does that mean? It's so contagious. It's like, if you sneeze, I probably get it. Who ever heard of a thing like that, okay? I don't think any doctor knew it at the time. I don't think anybody could have known it. People didn't know that much about it, even the experts. I knew everything. I knew it could be horrible, and I knew it could be maybe good. Who knew that shaking hands was such a bad thing? I felt it. I mean, I always felt it. Most people wouldn't know that, but I know because I know the facts. With all that we've been through, we've learned a lot. Don't forget, we've learned about pandemics and epidemics. We've learned a tremendous amount.
You think this is fun? There's a lot of work. A lot more work than anybody knew.
Obama knew everything, okay? Obama knew everything. I mean, does anybody have any doubt about that? Obama knew everything.
China has total respect for Donald Trump and for Donald Trump's very, very large brain.
I speak from here and from the heart. I speak from the brain, but I speak from the heart. It's both.
We speak from the heart and we speak from the brain. We're going to deal from the heart. We're going to deal from the brain. I had to speak from my heart and my brain, just so we understand. My deadline is what's up here. We'll figure out the deadline. You know, up here, very important. So important for right up here, the psyche.
It's called like up here, and it's called memory, and it's called other things. We have horrible people that have no touch, no brain, no nothing. We need brain in this country to turn it around. You need the brain. You need the brain.
You know, it's like pretty obvious to anybody with a brain.
Let's use the brain, not the toughness.
So here I am.
Great schools, great brain, which I want to use the brain for you.
I'm speaking with myself, number one, because I have a very good brain and I've said a lot of things.
This is the only musical, the mouth. And hopefully the brain attached to the mouth, right? The brain, more important than the mouth is the brain. The brain is much more important.
I think God helped me. I think, you know,
Look, God help me by giving me a certain brain, whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. You need the brain.